Hello and welcome to Who Is Best, a show where I look into games that give you choices and rate those choices in a tier list. Don't forget to subscribe and become a Patreon member today. Alright, this is going to be a short one. Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars was a groundbreaking genre shift for the Mario series back on the SNES. It saw Mario embarking on a Final Fantasy-esque turn-based adventure where he gains 4 companions, and none of them are Luigi.
Oh no!
The gameplay is very simple, but despite this, the game has continued a legacy great enough that there's a remaster coming out later this year. So today, let's examine the 5 playable characters in Super Mario RPG. We'll start with the tier. The first member of this list, and universal worst party member, is the Koopa King himself, Bowser. Bowser's at his best the minute you get him and instantly starts depreciating in value until he's practically useless. He has good physical attack, though is surpassed quickly by Gino and Mario. He has terrible defense and HP, absolutely abysmal level stat gains, the worst equipment, and the most useless specials in Mario RPG. The only thing I can say here is that Terrorize is good against specific bosses. Alright, I'm skipping the low tier and moving into the mid tier. The only member of the mid tier is your first party member, Mallow. Mallow serves his purpose well in the early game as your healer caster. He continues in the late game as a top tier caster, though to make him compete with the likes of Mario and Gino in attack, it'll cost the player quite a bit of FP, whereas physical attackers can hit for free. With that being said, his specials are pretty good. Having access to elemental spells lets him exploit weaknesses, and Star Rain can dish out immense damage. If he had slightly better stats and something along the lines of Geno Boost, he would be a top tier candidate. And speaking of, let's move into the top tier. With the correct equipment, Mario can place above Gino, but ultimately his utility isn't as useful. Mario is the 3rd best character in the game and is leaps and bounds above Mallow and Bowser. The Lazy Shell has the highest damage potential, and given the attack scarf, Mario is capable of consistent and immense damage. His specials are okay. Overall, his jump skills are the best damage dealers. If he had better skills and wasn't as reliant on items, then he would have placed at the top of this list. The God tier. The almighty Gino is the first member of the God tier. If Gino didn't have Geno Boost, he would be comparable to Mario. Having the ability to boost attack and defense for a low FP cost just can't be ignored. Gino is useful from the moment you pick him up. In the endgame, his stats jump up significantly. Most of his spells are non-elemental ones that do great damage, but his physical ability will be the main factor here. Overall, the only reason he isn't the single best character in the game is his lack of versatility. The final member of this list and top of the God tier is Princess Toadstool. Toadstool comes with the only party-wide healing spell and a cheap revival spell as well. Again, with the use of Lazy Shell, she's pretty much invincible. Princess Toadstool also becomes one of the strongest physical attackers as you gain endgame equipment. She ties Mario for best equipment, and if given the correct items, isn't just your best support character, but your best physical attacker as well, which is absolutely wild. Now, as far as best team goes, this one's easy. Mario's locked in and would be here even if he wasn't. He and Gino will be your main attackers, with Gino constantly spamming Geno Boost to buff the party. Toadstool will be your main healer, adding in her incredible attacks in the late game. And that's our list for Super Mario RPG. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Also, a special thanks goes out to my Patreon members, Kelly Cardinal, Black Chapel, and Zeltex. Become a member now by clicking on the link in the description below.